later on this afternoon. Let's have a look at some of the names we are going to be talking about in that race. Lars Forster for Thomas Maxen, the Swiss racer. Luca Schwarzbauer. Wouldn't it be great to have him back on full form? Charlie Aldridge, the big Scotsman. Not a final heat last Sunday, well used to it by now. Chris Blevins, the winner of round one. Specialized factory racing, flying high here in Araxá. Victor Koretsky, the reigning short track UCI world champion, his teammate, will be involved right from the start in this one. As you can see, the world's fastest filing towards the start line. 28 degrees Celsius here and rising, I can tell you that for free. Let's have a look at some of the new names threatening the big guns.
I'm Cole Punchard, age 21, and I'm riding for Cannondale Factory Racing. Coming into the season, I was up for the challenge for sure. It's pretty surreal when you're on the start line with all the top guys.
My name is Luca Martin, I'm 23 years old and I ride for Cannondale Factory Racing. I ride with the Cannondale when I'm young. I start with the Cannondale and because the image, I tell you, the image is so nice. Yeah, now I come back. I like when the bike ride more on the back. Yeah, it's super comfortable and it's real bike for racing.
Kira Böhm, Cube Factory Racing. I think one of my biggest idols is Kate Courtney. So it was super fun to do the short track with her, and I also had the sprint finish with her. But yeah, it was a crazy feeling to ride with her and also with all the other elite girls.
I'm Riley Amos, I'm 23 years old and I'm riding for Trek Factory Racing. Last year as a whole was an amazing year that I can just be proud of how it went in general. It definitely blew my wildest dreams away, you could say, with both the short track and XC overall titles, 9 World Cup wins, 7th place to the Olympics, and short track world championship. So yeah, get goosebumps saying it, but yeah.
It's really helpful to have Luca to talk to, and before this weekend he's like, Ollie, we're just gonna get smoked, we're gonna get a beating this weekend.
Yeah, it's funny because we learn together fast, but we learn. We have a good energy together. Yeah, we are a good duo.
So definitely my long-term goal is to be on a podium in the World Cup, to do well in the short track and also fight every second. And then for the cross country, now I really want to be in the moment, in the race, focus, and then I think I also will do a good race.
I just want to be realistic with myself, and instead of getting crushed every day, maybe if it is difficult, to just celebrate small wins. And that doesn't mean I'm not hungry to prove myself and go try and hit out with some great results with these guys, but I think it's just important to be realistic, on what's to come.
I have different goals for every World Cup because step by step, but yeah, I have some good idea for next week.
When that last race ended on Sunday, I was already excited for next week. I'm pretty hungry this weekend for sure.
Well, the young team are here and they're hungry, but they're going to have to beat some wily contenders like this man, the GOAT. Nino Schurter heading to the call-up boxes. Here's this Araxá course. Slightly tweaked in 2 or 3 places from what we saw at round 1. Leaves the front of the Grand Hotel, heads across the side of the lake and then punches upwards before rocketing back down through the jump line. Little flat section with a couple of turns to finish things off. Start, finish straight, really wide, but pretty short, so all to play for as ever. 1.4 kilometers the journey. And we can hear from one of the fastest Frenchmen down there, Team BMC Racing's Jordan Sarrou. About to give us a scoop ahead of this one.
Jordan Sarrou, we're back on the same course. What do you need to do to break this specialized stranglehold?
Just to go fast. No, yeah, it's really tactical here, and yeah, we'll see what's happening the last 2 laps. I think it's important to be in front.
With how much the course suits you tomorrow, is that as part of your plan for today, or is today just one race at a time?
Yeah, one race at a time, and yeah, we'll see tomorrow. I like the course. It suits me better than last week, and yeah, but focus on today now.
Go hard, mate.
Thanks.
Jordan Sarrou ready for this one. Well, one of his young compatriots is out there, Adrien Boissy, not the start he wanted to his short track season last time out. Could well be at the front of this one. Let's hear from Adrien Boissy of Specialized Factory Racing now.
So the 4th member of the Specialized Powerhouse team, Adrien Boissy, how are you feeling for today and what's your focus point?
I'm feeling good. My focus point is not messing up the start.
So no jump starts today. Is there anywhere else to focus on, or is that climb the main point of this course?
I think the positioning into every lap will be important, and you have to be good with it. And yeah, if you play it well, a good result is possible.
They are getting ready to go racing here at the 2nd round of the UCI Cross Country Short Track World Cup. Adrien Boissy for Specialized Factory Racing. Jump start at the last round, shuffled him right down the order. None of that today, says the Frenchman's ready. Are we finally going to see what this phenomenal young rider has got to offer on a mountain bike this season? 2 stage race wins already on the road for him. Filippo Colombo broke his saddle last time out in the short track. Again, looking for a better result today for Scott Schramm, MTB Racing. Huge support for Colombo. Jordan Sarrou, we heard from him earlier on this afternoon for Team BMC, French national champion in the cross-country Olympic distance. Can he take out a win this afternoon? Nino Schurter, the greatest of all time, but still on the hunt for his first cross-country World Cup short track win. Rest assured, this man is aware of his numbers, he's aware of his legacy, wants to get on that top step. Lars Forster for Thomas Maxen. One of the very, very fastest Swiss riders. 4th in the cross-country Olympic last time out, Forster. How will he go today in the short track? 10-foot round 1 for Forster, so could do with moving that dial forward slightly. Martin Vidari for Specialized Factory Racing. One of the biggest noises of the weekend will be whenever this man hits the front row. The Chilean, huge support here in South America throughout these 2 weeks that we spent here. 3rd place in the cross-country Olympic distance last time out. Vidari slightly disappointed with his short track though. This man wasn't. His teammate, the winner of round 1, Christopher Blevins, the American. Specialized Factory Racing dominating this front row just as they did the podium last time we went racing here at the UCI World Cup. Joining me in the commentary booth, I'm proud to say, Ollie Beckinsale. Ollie, this man, Viktor Koretsky, is he the man to beat for you today?
Currently at the moment, yeah, if you're on a short track start line, he's the target.
There he is, the UCI World Champion. You can see the ice pack down the back of the jersey, and temperatures out there. You've just joined me. I'm guessing every bit as hot as it's been here.
29 degrees, pure sun. Everybody, we saw normally riders are on the rollers, but today everyone was rolling around off the rollers because it's too hot. They just want to get some cool air.
Yeah, incredibly. It's actually probably hotter in this commentary booth. Fidari on there as his list. Zanotti, Flukiger, Brandl, Andreasen for Orbea Fox Factory Team Aldridge alongside him. Avendetto, Luca Martin's in there. Pierre de Foimont, Jens Shermans for Giant Factory Off-Road Team. Luke Moyer, some big results from the South African last time out as we get ready to go. They are about to go under starters' orders here at the second round of the UCI Cross Country Short Track World Cup in Araxá. Wait for the lights to turn red, then they'll hear the gun, and then it's business time in Brazil. And they are off in Araxá, round 2 underway. And it's Martin Fidari in the middle of your screen, the Chilean who escapes the line the quickest, Ollie.
Yeah, and the rider didn't get a great start. Christopher Blevins just slipping back. Whether he missed his pedal, got bogged a bit, but
look at Fidari. Absolutely applying the pressure right from the start here in Araxá. The Chilean.
That's the key here, especially this first lap. You just got to stay out of trouble, and it's all about hitting that climb. You want to be in that first 5 before you turn the corner over the road, and too far back, it's going to all bulk up together.
Jordan Saru in second wheel now for Team BMC, racing on that BMC 4-stroke bike. You can see a couple of line choices through this flatter section, but this point's key, Ollie.
Yeah, 100%. You want to be in the front 5 here. We see Nino coming through, Forster, Avendetto, they're in the front 5 at the moment. Riders drifted a little bit too far back. Let's see if there's any victims of that start straight.
As they are on to the climb for the first time now in Araxá, round 2. And it's still Fidari out front. Look at Nino Schurter, just on the left-hand side of your screen, the white helmet and the number 10 bike for Scott Schramm, MTB Racing. Simon Andreasen, the UCI European Continental Champion, up in behind the greatest of all time, but
I think it's Mateusz Flucken just on the outside trying to move up through and got pushed off.
Yep, there's Koretsky as well through your screen now, the UCI World Champion up in amongst them, and this is where you want to avoid when things start getting really, really busy in the pack.
Yeah, and Dario Lillo as well. Good short track last week. Another good ride so far, stepping up.
So a couple of little tweaks here to the short track course in Araxá.
Fidari going super deep on the bridge, jump almost landing to flat.
Fidari nearly running out of runway there, but third place in the cross-country Olympic last Sunday, and he will have watched his 2 teammates, Koretsky and Blevins, having all the fun out front, and maybe just fancy getting the win of his own today.
Yeah, I think he probably would have been ecstatic with his podium, but I think he was there wishing for more. As you said, there were a couple of tweaks in this course, 2 coming up here now where we saw Koretsky and Blevins just fighting on that last lap. It just made it a little bit wider on the entrance to that last section. And then the corner coming in just made that a little wider as well. We've got the boardwalk berms.
Schwarzbauer up in 9th in the green jersey, just going for your shot now, the German, former UCI short track overall title holder, of course. Koretsky a bit further back than we might have expected. And 6th currently on our screens.
And as we saw last week and in the women's race just gone, every lap it just compacts together, swells, that front group grows. Aldridge just trying to close the wheel, trying to get back on terms, but no one wants to lead at the front. The average speed last year over 30 kilometers an hour last week.
So we see Viktor Koretsky now moving to the front. And I mean, you know, I said that he was further back in the pack than we would have expected, but Koretsky has this almost like paranormal ability to just arrive at the front of a race, doesn't he?
I think it was last week in the short track was the first time I've seen him make a real big mistake. He recovered from it. He drifted to 6th, 7th on the climb, and as a result, he got knocked off. He had to fight back, and I think that probably cost him the victory last week. He just took a bit of energy out of his legs.
Nino Schurter leads this one now as they head through that split line section.
Yeah, Nino, we know, is in really good form. He's recovered from that Cape Epic stage race. Had a good short track last week. We know if Nino does a good short track, the XCO, watch out.
And his laps in that cross-country Olympic race on Sunday were bang up there with the two race, the Specialized Factory Racing pairing of Blevins and Koretsky. So if it wasn't for that puncture that he suffered off camera, I mean, Nino Schurter here to play in 2025. There's Filippo Colombo, his teammate, now moving up through as well. So Scott Schramm getting some numbers towards the front of this one.
Yeah, it's ominous to see both of those Scott riding. I think that'll be a tactic. You don't want Specialized. They've got 4 strong riders. They want to boss it.
Look at the whoop live with Jordan Saru, 149 beats per minute. Think of that as a fuel tank. The higher the number, the quicker it's being emptied, and reasonably low for Saru. Everything's relative, but the big Frenchman looking good here. Oh, Nino Schurter with the look back.
You can tell when someone's in good form when they've got time in a short track to do some style. So.
And I mean, you don't get to this stage in your career having won what he's won without being the master of tactics as well, and maybe just putting a bit of a psychological question mark into the minds of the riders behind him.
But obviously there's 2 races going on here. You've got a race for the gridding tomorrow and a race for the short track in its own right. Nino, historically, he's happy to just get a top 8 in this in a front row start. That's his goal normally to start the race. To see him hitting the front, leading it, styling it up, that proves he's in amazing shape.
Yeah, that result last Sunday will have stung a bit, but very, very vocal at the start of this year. Nino Schurter, the rider who leads this race currently, that his big goals really are those pillars, the twin pillars of the UCI World Championships in Switzerland and the World Cup that follows them also in Switzerland. So he'll take what he can get out of Brazil, but looking really, really strong here at the GOAT so far.
Also looking strong as well, Filippo Colombo, Nino's teammate, both on the Scott Schramm team, and they're sitting there both 1st and 3rd at the moment. Doing a good ride. Another person going to ride. Trek Pirelli racer Riley Amos, working up from the under-23s.
And last weekend will have been a bit of a bump for Riley Amos as they head onto lap 3. You know, he's done a lot of winning, a lot of big performances throughout last season, and didn't have a good short track and had a nightmare of a time in the cross-country Olympics. So it'll be interesting to see how he rebounds from that as we see the lead change again. Dario Lillo leading the way now. Giant Factory Racing. This is this young man's first time at the front of an elite level World Cup. Victor Koretsky just having to dig a bit deep on the right-hand side now.
See the alarm bells going off for Koretsky. He was too far back. He knows what's coming. He's got to get back in position. You saw that almost an attack to get from the back to near the front, and then he's going to hit this climb in 5th, 6th position now.
And there is Simon Andreasen. We did a big interview piece with the 3 Specialized stars. Oh, look at Lillo really twisting the grip now on the way up this climb.
Dario Lillo, under 23 last year, picked up 2 wins in that category, so this will be the first time obviously he's ever led an Elite World Cup, so cool feeling as he hits the rocks and drives down. Yeah,
both Blevins and Koretsky saying in that interview that, Blevins, excuse me, and Vidari saying that Victor Koretsky's superpower is that last lap pace. No one can inflict a lap onto a pack like Victor Koretsky can.
Like Evie Richards, you know.
Lillo leads him in Araxá. Look who's in 2nd place here in Araxá, the rider in the red jersey of the overall points leader, Christopher Blevins for Specialized Factory Racing. Then it's Nino Schurter. Then it's Simon Andreasen.
Yeah, Andreasen looking dangerous tonight. He's been in really, so far with, only 3 laps in, but he's been in the right place at the right time so far, saving energy, but always in the correct position.
Riley Amos there as well in 5th. So we did wonder how the Trek Factory Racing Pirelli star would bounce back from that disappointment last weekend, but right at the front of this one, as we see the overall points leader take to the front now. Christopher Blevins, first time we've seen it in this race.
Nino Schurter doing a brilliant short track, one of the best short tracks I've seen him ride in quite a while.
Yeah, super involved at the front of it.
Yeah.
There is Koretsky just through. Seems to be yo-yoing back and forth throughout the pack, the white jersey with the rainbow stripes of the world champion.
And also Thomas Licher as well. Podium last weekend in this race, short track specialist, just moving through. He had to start almost on the back row.
Blevins, big look over the shoulder. Who's with him? The answer, everyone. There's Matthieu Cesaro, the French national champion. Had that big crash in the cross-country Olympic last weekend, but back in action today. On lap 4 out of 8 then at the second round of the UCI Cross-Country Short Track World Cup. The pack is all still together here in Araxá.
Christopher Blevins hitting the front. Koretsky as well, just having to make another burst, but he's sitting there now in the correct position.
And look who's at the front now, one of the real danger men, Lucas Schwarzbauer on that number 12 for Canyon Collective. Schwarzbauer, we know, has horsepower to burn. And we'd dearly like to see it deployed back at the front of a UCI short track race again.
Tactics a couple of years ago, when he was mopping up quite a few victories in this discipline, was just to hit the front, always in the bright place, almost using it as an interval session, and was so strong. Last year, I think maybe focusing on the Olympics and cross-country, maybe just took a bit out of his short track, but yeah, great to see him back at the front.
Schwarzbauer being attacked by Dario Lillo up this climb now. The young Swiss star from Giant Factory Racing having a good go at the German up here. But it's Blevins and Koretsky stalking Schwarzbauer up this climb now. 178 beats per minute for Luca Martin. Really pushing the young Frenchman. Only his second ever elite level UCI World Cup.
The way this short track race normally happens, that first lap's all about tactics and position, saving energy, and as we get to halfway, we're just going to see it getting ramped up faster and faster.
Here's Schwarzbauer through the jump line, stalked by Christopher Blevins. Matthieu Cesaro has moved forward, as has Victor Koretsky. Lillo shuffle back a few spots now. Half race distance, and it is very much all to play for.
Charlie Aldridge, after a disappointing cross-country on Sunday, the heat got to him, but doing a good short track, just in there about 8th or 9th place.
Nino Schurter currently in 7th place now for the greatest of all time.
Brazilian rider did a fantastic 12th position in cross-country. Ambassador Oskalinski as well for Eloy Herrick and Vancini Racing, just floating there just off the back of Aldridge.
But this is ominous now. The Specialized Factory Racing duo, Blevins and Koretsky, at the front just behind Lucas Schwarzbauer.
The rider had a great XC race on Sunday, but not so last, forced to 28th position at the moment, way back in the pack, so he's going to have to get a wiggle on.
Here we go, Schwarzbauer checks under his elbow, sees the red jersey of the series overall points leader as they begin lap 5 out of 8 here at round 2 in Araxá.
Matthias Flukinger as well, had an awful first lap. He's been struggling to get on terms all race. He's building his way up through and pulling all sorts of faces at the moment. One rider I haven't seen in a while, Martin Vidar as well. He led it off, got the whole shot, but he's been drifting a bit further back. Adrian Boishy as well, Specialized Factory teammate, drifting that mid-pack too. Yeah, it's still Schwarzbauer from Nino. Christopher Blevins just coming up the outside, Matthieu Cesaro. Koretsky, Andreasen still sitting there in that top 10. I don't think he's left that position all race, doing a cracking tactical ride.
Fastest lap 4 then went to Simone Avendetto with a 2:37.1. But all the action is right here on your screen. Schwarzbauer, this is the best we've seen of him really in a year or so.
And hitting that front side. He's looking strong, full of fight. Andreasen just on the outside. Christopher Blevins just going with Schwarzbauer. Adrian Boishy just moving up as well on the 70 board.
Simon Andreasen as well, right in there, but the UCI World Champion stripes of Victor Koretsky on the number 1 bike with the red board. Still very much to the fore.
Detto, Italian champ, just coming through in the tricolores as well. The rider that probably had a Cape Epic stage race, and he did really tough second position, or first position, sorry.
Nino Schurter, just for your shot now. So he did win a cross-country short track back in 2019, round 7 in snowshoe. That's about as long a gap as you've got to ever go back for Nino to have won anything, Ollie. He'll want this today, won't he?
Yeah, he's never really given, not his full attention, but he's always said, front row grid and I'm cool.
It's a qualifying race for him, really, but
exactly right.
Same time, there he is, up the bridge now, the number 10, going for his 10th UCI World Cup overall title this season, Nino Schurter.
Lucas Schwarzbauer just sitting there. He's almost done 2 laps at the front now, but I don't think it's a bad tactic. You're always going to be in the right place, and because they're not at full gas through the start-finish, you're not expending too much energy. And it gives the opportunity just to back off, and that's with the Schwarzbauer of 2 years ago. He pushed hard, and this section now, it just gives the opportunity to come off the gas a little bit.
Here we go.
Under his arm.
Schwarzbauer lifting the tempo at the front on the start-finish straight. First time we've really seen it. Christopher Blevins slots in behind him, then it's Nino Schurter. Schwarzbauer, there we go. There's the head starting to roll. It's been a while since we've seen it at the front of a UCI World Cup race.
Carter Woods, another giant rider, just 41, just moving up the outside. He had to start last place.
Lars Forster, a lot further down than he would ideally like, in 25th currently, 4th in the cross-country Olympic last weekend, but they head into the split lane section for the 6th time.
You see Azaro coming up the outside, Aldridge as well, just moving up. Aldridge looks like he's got better legs today than last week.
Colombo just trying to stay in touch with the leaders in that black helmet, the black and white kit of Scott Schramm Racing. Luca Martin still hanging in there at the front as well.
Koretsky having to fight. He just found himself a bit out of position. He's having to work now, but he fights now. Big style, big gas.
Looking for Koretsky up the left-hand side now as he breezes past Schwarzbauer. But it's his teammate Blevins who leads him. Schwarzbauer fights back. Then is Koretsky behind him. Carter Woods has joined the party, the winner of an under-23 short track World Cup. But they've got no answer for Blevins at the top of this climb.
It's good for these riders as well that you don't want Blevins and Koretsky 1-2. We've seen how that ends up.
Blevins, Schwarzbauer, Koretsky, Woods, Andreasen, Lilo having to go on the C line, losing a bit of distance, getting shuffled back now.
Andreasen as well, still hanging in there. Yeah, 5th position at the moment.
Here
Carter Woods doing a blinder.
Down through the jump line then. It's Blevins, it's Schwarzbauer. Oh, Koretsky clears the whole bridge with ease. There's Vidari, their teammate.
Yeah, Filippo Colombo just drifting a little bit further back, that 10th, 12th, and then we're going to see the pace just go up and up and up.
Blevins, Schwarzbauer, Koretsky, Woods.
Interesting to see how far back Martin Vidari and Adrian Boishy, the Specialized Factory 3 and 4. Blevins just bossy. He's been a really good race so far, just floating around in that front 3.
Carter Woods, last one, a cross-country short track race, Val di Sole, 2023. As an under-23 rider, that's the rider in the blue and white jersey on your left-hand side now as they cross the line on the lap 7 out of 8. This one boiling up nicely in the afternoon sun in Araxá. Matisse Azaro in the national champions jersey of France now moving towards the front. The pace being seriously upped by Chris Blevins at the front of this now, Ollie.
I think it's Carter Woods who's hit the front now. Just come around the soft lane. He's really going to take it on. I mean, you've got some riders fighting for the win. Carter Woods will be ecstatic if he gets in the top 10, so he's looking to take this one on.
Woods leads a UCI elite level World Cup for the first time in his young career. The big Canadian from Giant Factory Racing backing up that superb early pace of his teammate Dario Lilo leads him onto the climb. Look at Luca Martin going elbow to elbow and Nino Schurter up there. Schurter, second wheel now. The battle for that climb was real, and the Swiss rider has made it on there behind the young gun Carter Woods. Now Blevins goes past Schurter.
Fair play to the Giant Factory guys. We had Lilo leading, now Woods.
Woods, Blevins, Schurter. Behind them, Koretsky, Schwarzbauer, all in the mix. There's Andreasen, there's Schwarzbauer.
I see Adrian Boishy Specialized just getting tangled up in the corner. It just shows if you just drift back out that top 10.
Luca Martin as well for Cannondale Factory Racing in the green and orange, having a great race up in 7th. There he is, coming for your shot now. Koretsky again clears the bridge with millimetre precision.
And there's quite a few of these U23 riders stepping up for their first year in elites.
And this is going to be an out-and-out brawl from here on when they hit the asphalt now and head on to the final lap. This one isn't going to stop until it's done.
But what a ride by Carter Woods. Had to start last man in this grid. Just got a place. Only 40 riders in this short track. He was at the back of it to come up and hit the front.
Cross-country short track racing. Absolutely the hardest to predict format I think we have here at the Whoop UCI Mountain Bike World Series.
And there's a gap.
There is a gap forming now, so this pace of Woods is starting to cause damage behind him. It's Blevins, Schurter, then Koretsky. But behind them, a gap is forming and they need to get it closed off. Not that Carter Woods is going to fancy letting them as they head on to the final lap in round 2 in Araxá. It's Woods, Blevins, Schurter, Koretsky, Nino Schurter in here. The first time we've really seen him at the front of a UCI cross-country short track race since
Koretsky
all the way back in Snowshoe. But Koretsky attacks now on the asphalt climb. Victor Koretsky decides to go deep. Specialised 1-2 now at the front again.
And that pace by Carter Woods starting to tell. He's just drifted off after that attack. Nino hanging on.
Carter Woods, call it the inexperience of youth, burnt too many matches at the front of lap 1. Behind him now, it's shaping up to be Nino Schurter versus Specialised Factory Racing. What a showdown we're going to be treated to here in Araxá.
And due to that attack and acceleration by Carter Woods, I was expecting a group of 10 or 12. This is a lot easier for the Specialised guys to boss now.
Woods fully dropped now. Nino Schurter, his 21st season of UCI World Cup racing as they hit the climb for the last time. And it's Blevins attacking now. Chris Blevins attacks halfway up the climb.
Blevins going, or is it Koretsky? Has he got the legs?
Koretsky's got past the Swiss star Nino Schurter, and now Carter Woods is coming back into the frame. But Chris Blevins is gone. Is he going to make it 2 for 2?
Wow. Koretsky just said, now I didn't know if it was a tactical thing, but then I saw his face and realised it was actually just the power and attack of Blevins.
Chris Blevins on his way now through the jump section. We know he's one of the strongest riders in the world through there. Behind him, his teammate Victor Koretsky with the number 1 board is coming under pressure from Nino Schurter, who jumps the whole bridge on the last lap.
And obviously it's not in Koretsky's in Specialised tactics. He's not going to chase at 100%, but I don't think he's even got the power if he had. The power of Blevins up that hill and the attack.
What a statement attack from Blevins. Absolutely huge watt bombs dropped the whole way up, but Christopher Blevins looks behind him now. Just a couple of corners to go. This is where he banged into his teammate Victor Koretsky last time out. We're going to be treated to a battle between Victor Koretsky and Nino Schurter behind him. Koretsky leads the time being in 2nd place.
Nino 3rd. Can Carter Woods, what rider of the match tonight?
Christopher Blevins cannot believe it. He becomes only the 2nd elite man to win both short track rounds at the start of the year since Mathieu van der Poel did it. Blevins tastes victory yet again in Araxá. Behind him, Specialised Factory Racing, Victor Koretsky. They cannot stop winning in Brazil. Then it's Nino Schurter, Scott SRAM MTB Factory Racing, and look how close the race was behind him. Carter Woods gets 4th, Luca Braido up in 5th position, out of nowhere. Simon Andreasen in 6th, then Schwarzbar in 7th, Flitcher 8th, Luca Martin up in 9th place for Cannondale Factory Racing, then Filippo Colombo, but there's your winner. Your UCI World Cup overall points leader, Christopher Blevins, helps himself to yet another bucket load of points here in Araxá.
Christopher Blevins going to owe Carter Woods a beer tonight. I think Carter Woods, my man of the match, taking it on from back of the grid to the front, the under-23 rider last year, and splitting that race on the penultimate lap. What a ride by the Canadian.
He was a surprise package as well, wasn't he? Wow. They didn't know what to make of him when he got there, but he kept going and then rallied again halfway round the 2nd lap. You can see Luca Martin banging the saddle with frustration there. Absolutely no shame in what he did today. Huge performance from the young Frenchman. First top 10 in elite level cross-country short track. But there he is, 21 years. We have been watching this man come back to the well. Nino Schurter for Scott SRAM MTB Racing. 3rd place today. Oof.
I'll tell you something, watch out for Nino tomorrow. That's a man on a mission.
Nino Schurter will not have liked the formation flying. These two put the rest of the elite men's field under last Sunday, and will want to be right alongside them from the get-go tomorrow. This attack from Viktor Koretsky on the last lap softened them up for the knockout blow from his teammate Christopher Blevins. Nino Schurter kept on hammering though. Blevins, only the second man to win both short track World Cup opening rounds after the one and only Mathieu van der Poel, who waits in the wings for later this season, of course. Viktor Koretsky, second place for the UCI cross-country short track world champion, but it is the number 8 specialised Epic 8 that took the win. Carter Woods celebrates that 4th place as well he should. Let's get confirmation of the results then. Blevins, Koretsky, Schurter, Woods, Brido, Andreasen, Schwarzbauer, Litcher, Martin and Filippo Colombo, your top 10. Let's head down there now, Lou. Ashley Wilmot is with Christopher Blevins.
Well, a huge congratulations. Back-to-back victories in the short track here in Brazil. What is it about this track that just means you can do it? You just can win every time?
Well, I do love this course. The jumps, obviously, I have a ton of fun on. It's my favorite feature on a cross-country course ever, maybe. The bike's really good on this course. Like, I had a couple moments where the suspension on the bumps on the grass, I felt like I wasn't skipping around that much. So, yeah, it was just consistency too. I'm trying to look for that this season.
We haven't seen a rider win back-to-back in the first 2 rounds of the short track race since Mathieu van der Poel. That was back in 2019. So what does it feel like to be up there with the greats?
Yeah, I mean, I still feel like I'm trying to find that consistency like I was talking about, and this is a good start. It's such a hard sport. There's so many guys who can win, who are right there, so I don't take it for granted. But yeah, I'm really happy to see the start, as it is here. And
talk us through that attack on the last lap. Were you always planning that because you were riding against some of the greats there?
Yeah, I mean, it's just that one card. Everybody knows where the move's going to go. You kind of have to be leading there. Deja vu again. It's been 3 times now where Victor was leading going into that. And that just gives me confidence again, like having Victor there, knowing that he's got a kick that I have to go really hard to try to match. And yeah, I mean, 3 times in a row, 1-2 is really just amazing, for the team.
Not bad at all. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Blevins can't stop winning. As ever, sort of playing down what he's managed to achieve there. Talking about consistency. And if your consistency is finishing ahead of absolutely everyone, here is the lap comparison then. Blevins fastest on lap 8, perhaps no surprise there with a 2:25. He sat up on that one as well, so there was more time there in the tank. Brazilian Galinski grabbing lap 3's fastest time with 2:34. Let's head down there to Viktor Koretsky though, see what he made of it.
Victor, congratulations. Another exhilarating race and a great result, not just for yourself, but for Specialized.
Yeah, for sure. Chris was super strong again. I think we were all the time on the front of the bench just to control a little bit, but it was tough. And I think 10 people wanted to be on the first position on the bridge, so it was tough all the time. But yeah, I think with Adrien, Martin, Chris and me, we just play as a team, and we did it well again. And on the last lap, I knew I was a little bit less stronger than Chris, so I decided to attack a little bit earlier. And then I knew he was able to follow my wheel. And for him, it was the best position to attack the uphill behind me with a good speed. And yeah, we'll see tomorrow. But this week I was a little bit sick, and it was difficult for me to breathe. But yeah, we will see tomorrow, and I have another day to rest and to recover. So yeah, hope to be in good shape tomorrow and 100% with launch capability. So we will see.
Well done.
Thank you.
So Viktor Koretsky then, not at his absolute best, but enough for second place ahead of that man behind him, Nino Schurter. Well, there's the international sign language for absolutely cooked. Well, he might be in that heat today. Simon Andreasen. We see confirmation of the standings then in the short track overall World Cup. Blevins from Koretsky, then Schurter, then Litcher, Brido, Andreasen, Woods, Saru, Brandl and Lilo. Just 100 points separating the two specialised riders at the top of this one. Luca Martin in 11th now after that strong show in the day, just ahead of Charlie Aldridge. Then Schwarzbauer, Martin Vidare, Azaro, Zanotti, Forster, Kalel Estap and Shermans, before David List rounds out the top 20 for Decathlon Ford. Well, the hawk-eyed amongst you we'll be looking forward to spotting some top-tier action tomorrow as we go racing all afternoon. Let's hear, though, from the best to ever do it. Here's Nino Schurter.
Nino, congratulations. What a result. Third here in Brazil. Talk us through that one.
Yeah, it was a pretty cool one. I was a bit surprised. When some of a sudden there were just 4 guys in the front. Yeah, but it's pretty cool. For an old man like me, still be able to race at the front in the short track is quite nice, yeah.
You do feel like a man on a mission, especially on that last lap, like you say, when there was a group of you. How confident were you in that last lap?
Yeah, my short track is now my main goal. I always just try to get through and reach top 8, and then coming into last lap, we saw just 4 guys left. So I'm already safe. So I just try to stick on Blevin's wheel and then on Koretsky's wheel. And yeah, for me it was perfect. Get third in the short track, perfect for tomorrow. Then it's a bit longer racing, and also I like it's a bit longer climb. Let's see how that plays out.
I was just about to say, this puts you in a good stead for tomorrow's race. How confident are you going into that one, and what do you want to achieve there?
Yeah, Blevins and Koretsky, they are for sure in excellent form. I don't know if I have everything to beat them, but for sure tomorrow I will try to give my best. I think the track suits a bit better me this one than last weekend. It's a bit a longer, steady climb. I think there I can still play my strengths. So yeah, let's see. I hope I recover well from the short track, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
Great to speak to you. Well done.
Thank you.
Nino Schurter, 21 years in the game, going for a win tomorrow. Expect nothing less from the Scott SRAM MTB racing star. Loves coming to South America, loves getting to be with the fans that support him all year long. Doesn't get that many chances to put on a show in front of them, but one man who put on a show today, Carter Woods, is down there now. Giant factory racing star.
Carter Woods, you were there the whole race. How did that feel to be leading it and just be fighting to the line?
Yeah, last week I just was stuck in the slinky effect at the back, so this week I was like, I'm gonna try and make it more to the front, and once I was there and I was on the front, I was like, may as well push it a little hard, and I think there was a group of 4 of us, so I knew my legs were shot, but I held on for 4, so pretty cool.
How was the emotions in that final breakaway when you were off the front of the group? I mean, you're in pretty good company.
Yeah, no, I've been racing Blevins the last couple weeks in the USA, so I knew I had a little bit of power, but man, I was so cooked on the last lap.
Amazing, well done, mate.
Thank you.
Well, he says he was cooked, but he did rally on the second half of that final lap to secure that 4th place, Carter Woods. So could be one of the forces this season. Speaking of forces, here's a force of nature. Martin Vidare, Specialized Factory Racing. He's down there now.
Martin Vidura, big moves early. You were looking effortless at the start. How did it play out?
Yeah, I don't know. I have a quick power, but after 15-minute effort, I lose it a bit. So I tried to make the race fast from the beginning, at least the first lap. So I know Christopher was also very strong. Did he win?
He did.
So it's just incredible how this guys goes. My Specialized just behave incredible on the rocks, but yeah, I want to save all for tomorrow. So let's go.
I mean, that early attack definitely set the tone for the whole race. Is that a tactic you can use tomorrow, or is the climb too long?
It's long, but it's gonna be full gas. It's like the perfect length to go all out, but suffer a lot in the end, so you cannot maybe pace it. So it's gonna be hard tomorrow. So I think we're gonna have to save something for tomorrow.
There you have it, shots fired. The Chilean coming in tomorrow hot. Saving a bit in the tank for the longer format tomorrow. Let's hear from Lucas Schwarzbauer though. He's down there now.
You're back there and thereabouts, a couple of changes. How'd you feel?
Well, I feel like I've just got a baby, or at least that's what I think it feels like. No, it was super hard. I don't know if I don't have the real torque at the moment, because last week on Sunday in the XCO I felt very well. On Saturday, day before, not good. The same today, but I think today I was smarter. So yeah, super hard. It was special to race on the same circuit like last week. Everyone could adapt his tactics, and you could definitely feel that the level is super high.
We look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Well done.
Thank you very much. Ciao.
7th place today for Schwarzbauer. Great to see him back at the front as well. A real fan favourite. Races with his heart on his sleeve. Gives it absolutely everything as we get ready to get the elite podiums underway here in Araxá. Jenny Risford's just talking it through with Chris Blevins. Nino Schurter then, Scott Schramm, MTB Racing. Getting the traditional chance of Nino and the less traditional cuddly capybara. Statement ride from that man on your screen now. You don't want to miss the elite men's race tomorrow afternoon, because I get a funny feeling we're going to see him right at the front of things. More likely than not, doing battle with the UCI World Champion Viktor Koretsky. 2nd place today, not perhaps what he was after, but a load of points, and admitted to us there, the finish line, been a bit out of sorts this week, not feeling too well. So in the context of the longer season, I'm sure the Specialized Factory Racing rider will take that one. Chris Blevins, 2 short track races in Araxá, 2 wins. Huge victory for the Specialized Factory Racing rider. Etches his name alongside Mathieu van der Poel's in the mountain bike history books. Not bad company to be in. Gives himself the chance of becoming the first elite men's rider to win a trio on the bounce since since ever. When we go to Novo Mesto na Moravě in the Czech Republic. In just over a month's time. Oh, you can write your own jokes around that one. Blevins, Koretsky and Schurter, your top three. A fantastic short track race. Always tees up plenty of intrigue for cross-country Olympic the following day. This trio will be right at the front of things. And they'll be the last three onto the starting line tomorrow. Carter Woods on that front row as well. Cat-like reflexes from Blevins there. As we get ready for the elite women's podium. Blevins, Koretsky, Schurter, Woods and Brido, the top five then. Andreasen, Schwarzbar, Litcher, Martin, Colombo, Vidari in 12th. Lilo alongside him. Great race from Lilo through the midpoint of that one. That top 20 covered by Near as down at 20 seconds. Here is the overall points leader though, Christopher Blevins. Specialized factory racing, hold on to the jersey. That one going home in the hold bag of Christopher Blevins. Here are those standings then. Blevins, Koretsky, Schurter, your top three. 230 points between them. Then it's Litcher, Brido, Andreasen, Woods, Saru, Brandel, Lilo, Luca Martin, Aldridge, Schwarzbar, Vidari, Azaro in 15th. Elite women's podium inbound. Here we go. It is a hot day to be the Michelin Man, I can tell you that for free. Jenny Risfids for Canyon Collective then. Third place today. Risfids, 8th for the opening short track of the season, so big inroad into the points for her. Will start on that front row tomorrow, alongside the rest of the top 8 from today's race. Nicole Kohler, what a great ride from the Swiss rider, national champion. 4th at round 1, 2nd. She'll be all too aware what the next stop is. Top step. For the time being, Ghost Factory Racing, well rewarded. Start of the day, they were 5th in the overall standings, Ghost Factory Racing, the all-women's team. So going great guns in that competition. Here she is, the most successful UCI cross-country short-track World Cup rider in the history of the sport so far. Evie Richards takes another win, her 7th. Beats the record set by Pauline Ferrand-Prévot, and any day you can take a record from Pauline Ferrand-Prévot, you've had a good day on the bike. Richards, Kohler and Ristvids then your podium here at the second round of the UCI Cross Country Short Track World Cup 2025 from Araxá, Brazil. Close racing as ever, but Evie Richards never gave up on that one.
Our top 3 of the UCI Short Track World Cup here in Araxá. Good job, everybody. And in a few moments, we are going to meet our elite women's UCI Short Track World Cup season's leader.
Champagne for the winners. Who is going to be on that top step tomorrow afternoon? Richards, Kohler, Ristvids, Steger, Jackson, Blurklinger, Keller, Maxwell, Urban, Fry, the top 10. 16 seconds covering the top 10. Then it was Blunk, Lille, Graf, Pedersen, Lecomte, Baum, Terpstra, Courtney, Endergan. Yolanda Neff rounds out the top 20. Ronja Eibel right up there behind Neff in her debut season in the elites in 21st. Big ride from her. And there it is, the Grand Hotel. Doesn't do bad cross-country races. Evie Richards into the red jersey of the overall points leader. The Short Track World Cup. Richards for Trek Factory Racing Pirelli then leads the way as we head to the third round in Novo Mesto na Morave in the Czech Republic, just over a month's time. Richards 150 points now ahead of Kohler. Then it's Maxwell, Keller and Ristvids, the top 5 covered by 230 points, so decent lead for Richards in that competition. Ronja Blurklinger, 21st, was right in amongst it for Live Factory Racing. Let's check out what the schedule for tomorrow looks like. Under 23 women get us underway at 2 o'clock Central European time for the UCI Cross Country Olympic World Cups. Then it's under 23 men, elite women and the elite men. Well, I think we'll all agree that was a pretty amazing day of short track racing. Cross Country Olympic always delivers. Plenty more to come from Araxá tomorrow. Do not miss a second of it. We'll be here bringing you all the action all day long.
Like it or not, the chase for greatness don't stop.